Here is a clip of Kamala Harris talking about grocery prices. And we need to get the message out. It's going to be hard to confront this. I think President Trump can do it, and I think that he is uniquely prepared, and I think that he is in a unique position to be able to create a lot of cynicism and skepticism towards this free stuff grocery subsidy. Call it what it is. It is Soviet communism. Here's cut 122.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic, but is on a daily level, something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously, very seriously. And we know from the history of this issue in the United States that when you see these prices go up, it has a direct impact on the quality of life for all people in our country. So it's a big issue, and we take it seriously.
By the way, do you notice something at the end when her voice goes up like this? She's talking to you like she's an elementary school teacher of a third grader. It's such an overly feelings campaign. When prices go up, I talk to you like this. If you're really good, you get a snack. Anyway, her entire campaign is about vibes and emotion and feelings and free stuff. She calls it the joy election. We'll see. I don't know if she can pull off the joy. By the way, she said nothing in that entire 1 minute. We know that when prices go up, people are hurting. Yes, what are you going to do about it? Now she's going to say, well, we're going to go after price gouging. Oh, so you're going to go after the farmers, number one, who are barely making ends meet. You're going to go after the distributors. You're going to go after the truck drivers. Milton Friedman famously had a video. So, for example, I have here, this is not a sponsor of the program, a thing of almonds. Almonds has gotten a lot more expensive. And Milton Friedman used to have something called the pencil speech. If you guys can get it, it's very powerful, where he would marvel at a single product. Now, we look at this single almond and we say, oh, that's easy to do. But think about the amount of jobs that went into just producing this single almond and getting it right here. From planting the almonds to harvesting. It was packed by Blue Diamond Growers in Sacramento, California. Since 1910, Blue Diamond Growers has been producing the finest quality almonds from orchards in the rich, fertile valleys of California. Someone had to monitor that and manage it. Someone had to make sure that all the almonds were properly harvested and picked. Someone had to design this bag. Someone had to make sure all the bags got onto the truck, and someone had to drive that truck all the way down to Phoenix, Arizona. Someone had to offload the goods from that truck and put it into a grocery store. Someone had to man that grocery store. And then when I showed up, the grocery store had to have its lights on, so the utility bill was paid. And then I had to eventually be able to, with almost no effort whatsoever, walk into an aisle and grab a thing of almonds. That is what we call the invisible hand. All the inner working trillions of little inputs that make it possible that we could show up at a grocery store and get something as simple as a bag of almonds. The rest of the world does not comprehend this because they do not embrace those free market principles. And there might be a million jobs that are interwoven into just one bag of almonds. And I could go from a pencil to a pen to an iPhone. But we're talking about food here today. And the same could be said. I have a thing of pistachios here, as you could tell. The same sort of thing. And Kamala Harris wants to say, no, I'm going to put a price control on how much you can charge this, on this. And think about the millions of Americans that will be impoverished from there. And the key word is entrepreneurial capitalism. A word that Kamala Harris will not say, a term she will not say. So when there are price controls, producers like the wonderful pistachio company, which I'm told they're actually a bunch of libs, but whatever. I don't know if that's true. They'll produce less. Blue Diamond almonds. They'll produce less because they make more money, and there will be supply shortages, and then prices will really go up. And the next time you want to go get almonds, you're like, wait, where did all the almonds go? Milton Friedman explains the beauty of free market capitalism. And this is under attack from within by a communist revolution that is picking up steam, that is accelerating. And her latest proposal will go at the core and the essence and will cause mass starvation. Play cut 126.
Look at this lead pencil. There's not a single person in the world who could make this pencil. Remarkable statement? Not at all. The wood from which it's made, for all I know, comes from a tree that was cut down in the state of Washington. To cut down that tree, it took a saw. To make the saw, it took steel. To make the steel, it took iron ore. We call it lead, but it's really graphite, compressed graphite. I'm not sure where it comes from, but I think it comes from some mines in South America. This red top up here, the eraser, bit of rubber, probably comes from Malaya, where the rubber tree isn't even native. It was imported from South America by some businessmen. Or the yellow paint, or the paint that made the black lines, or the glue that holds it together. Literally thousands of people cooperated to make this pencil. People who don't speak the same language, who practice different religions, who might hate one another if they ever met. When you go down to the store and buy this pencil, you are in effect trading a few minutes of your time for a few seconds of the time of all those thousands of people.
And it wasn't centrally planned by Kamala Harris. It happened spontaneously. Of people taking risks that, guess what? You do not get bags of almonds on demand if people don't think there is a profit motive at the end of the horizon. If there is no profit in making almonds, then you will not have almonds. If there's no profit in making pistachios, you won't have pistachios. And Kamala Harris wants to swoop in and take that away in one of the lowest margin businesses in the country. This is how these regimes always go. They order lower prices. They demand lower prices. Take more from the rich. Make it easier for you. In reality, you get less stuff. Then she'll start ordering more almond production. Order this, order that. And then you get Argentina, which used to be the grass-fed beef capital of the planet. And thanks to Milei, they're starting to get their gusto back. Venezuela should be one of the wealthiest countries in the world. It's not. And Kamala Harris is following in the Chavez-Maduro model. All power, pandering to the bottom. Let us all be warned.